Alright guys, so I think just recording this thing will probably be better than taking pictures and sending a description of the pictures that you see. So basically, I'm just going to show you here what the hoses do. And this one here, okay, and you'll probably see the design once you get your hoses together, you know, but it goes over there, okay, where it goes to the radiator. Okay, and the other one right next to it comes back from the radiator and it comes right here, right to the thermostat housing. Okay, right there. So what I had to do is actually had to cut the mount there, if you know, as you can see, because the thermostat housing that I had before was not from the diesel, so it was pointing backwards. So it was pointing back. It wasn't pointing sideways. So I had to cut that. So finally, I was actually able to get this one here from a guy who was parting out a diesel engine, okay, and this one is okay, and it doesn't bend this anymore. Before this was bent, and I was having some cooling issues. All right. So on the water boxer, you also have one hose that went to the back of the engine. It's basically for the heater, and that one goes in the back of the block here, you know, on the head on this engine too. So that really doesn't change. Okay. The other one that went to the heater is actually this one right here, and I have it tied down on the bottom, but it's basically, you know, it went to the heater there, and all I had to do was get like a little, I forget what these things are called, the plastic ones, you know, and then this hose here comes also right next from the thermostat housing. It goes to that hose right there for the heater. Okay, and this one is also part of the kit that was sold. I'm sure, hopefully it's there. Okay, so the expansion tank, what I actually did is I actually went to the hardware store and I got a piece of metal, okay, that's used for building. It's like a 90-degree piece of metal. I drilled some holes, as you can see right there. Drilled some holes on the car, on the chassis of the car, and then I just drilled some holes on the piece of metal, and I used the same holding bracket for the expansion tank that I used before. Let me go to the bottom just so I can show you what that looks like. Hopefully you can see that right there. That's it, and that worked pretty well for me. All right. I think the other thing that I probably want to just show you real quick is the actual glow plug relay. That's this little thing right here. Okay, this actually works excellent for me. I got this 50 amp fuse box. I put the fuse there. I got the electricity or the voltage that I needed from black wire that's in the box, and it's actually the only black wire that you'll see. It's a thick one. And that one is actually actually no, I'm sorry. For the fuse box, I got the power from the alternator. So the alternator wire goes from the alternator to the starter, and from the starter it goes to the box. In that box, actually, if I can open it here, a little painful there. You might be able to see the actual wire right there. Okay, and that one goes to fuse, and from the fuse goes to the relay. I have some websites that I used to figure out which was what on the relay, because it has, I think, about 7 plugs there that you need to figure out. But other than that, it was actually pretty easy, and it worked really, really well. Let's see, what else? I think that's pretty much it. The other thing is probably this here, which is this air box. I actually went to the junkyard, wreck yard, and I got this from a 92 Caravan, and it fits right in there. And I had to just bend this little bracket here, bend it and bolt it right into the wall, and that did it for me. And that's pretty much it. If you have any other questions, let me know.